Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear student, Assalamu alaikum. This is your Iqbal sir. I hope you are safe and sound. This is my third video on static electricity. In this video, we will discuss how we can charge an object. Number one, charging by rubbing. If two objects are rubbed together, especially if the objects are insulated, and surrounding air is dry, the object acquire equal and opposite charges. And an attractive force develops between them, because we know that opposite charges attract each other. The object that loses electrons become positively charged. The object that loses electrons becomes positively charged, and the other that gains electrons become negatively charged. The other that gains electrons become negatively charged. The force is simply the attraction between charges of opposite sign. Each type of charges attract the opposite type. But repels the same type. This leads the basic law of electrostatics, that is, unlike or dissimilar charges attract each other. And like or similar charges repel each other. SI unit of electric charge. SI unit of electric charge is a coulomb, and it's a scalar quantity. Every electron has a charge of -1.6 into 10 to the power -19 coulomb. Every electron has a charge of -1.6 into 10 to the power -19 coulomb, and every proton has a charge of +1.6 into 10 to the power -19 coulomb. Examples: when a piece of amber, plastic, polythene or hard rubber is rubbed with a fur is the hair of animals, electrons are transferred from fur to the other material. Here electrons are transferred from fur to the other material. Fur acquires net positive charge since it has fewer electrons than protons. Similarly, the amber, plastic or hard rubber acquires a net negative charges. Here, similarly, the amber, plastic or hard rubber acquires a net negative charge since they have excess electrons. That is, the material which has excess electrons are negatively charged, and which has fewer electrons are positively charged. Combing here charges the comb in the same way. Number 3, rubbing glass perspex with silk causes the glass to acquire a net positive charge. Rubbing glass with silk causes the glass to acquire a net positive charge. Ways to charge conductor. Number 1, by conduction or contact. Let's see the procedure. A metal sphere with an excess of negative charge is brought near to a neutral object. Here, a metal sphere of excess of negative charge brought to near the neutral object. Here, an object of excess of negative charge brought near to the neutral object. This is the neutral object, and this is the sphere of excess of negative charge. Upon contact, electrons move from the sphere to the object and spread about uniformly. Here, when we contact the excess electron sphere to the neutral object, now electron moves towards the neutral object and spread uniformly. A metal sphere has now less excess negative charge. Now it has less negative charge, less negative charge, and the object now has the excess negative charge. Now the neutral object which has negative charge. In this way we can charge a neutral object by conduction. I repeat again, when an excess of negative charge brought near to the neutral object and we upon contact, then excess of electron or negative charge moves towards the neutral object and spread uniformly. Now this sphere now has a less negative charge and the neutral object has negatively charged. In this way we can charge a neutral object by conduction. We know that like charge repel and unlike charge attract each other. Oppositely charged object attract each other, and similar charge repel each other. Now we can charge an object by induction. Let's see the procedure. When a positively charged rod is brought near to a neutral metal sphere, it induced negative charges on the side nearest to the rod and positive charge on the sphere's far side. Here, if we brought a positively charged rod to the neutral object, then this positive charge will attract the negative charge, because we know that the dissimilar charge attract each other and it repel the positive charge far aside. Number 2, the metal sphere is earthed by touching or an earthing wire. Here metal sphere is earthed by touching or an earthing wire. Sufficient electrons flow from the ground through the finger or earthing wire from the metal sphere. In figure B, when we earthing the neutral object by connecting a wire or by touching by finger, sufficient electron will move from the ground and it neutralize the positive charge. When the finger or earthing wire is removed, only induced negative charge remain on the sphere. When we remove this earthing, only negative charge is stay here. Finally, when the rod is removed, the remaining charges spread themselves out evenly over the metal sphere. Now in figure D, when we remove this rod, positively charged rod, this negative charge will spread over the neutral object. In this way we can charge a neutral object by induction. I repeat again, when a positively charged rod brought near to a neutral object, it attracts the negative charge. Towards the positively rod and it's repel the positive charge in far aside. Now in figure B, if we connect a